Hey, and welcome to MindfulBeat. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. There's been some activity this morning in the tree up here, so the squirrels are running around and the partial nuts are falling down. So it might not be in the same. It might be more over there the nuts fall, but anyway. So uh, just wanted to today do some seated qigong, and wanted to talk a little bit about breath work. So yeah, I have a yoga background, where the breath was a much of a focus, and with the Tai Chi practice with my teacher, we didn't really focus on the breath, but definitely the qigong. So one thing I've found over the years is if I'm really stressed out, I don't. It's really hard to coordinate the breath, or it might be too difficult at that time to actually do that. So I just want to make sure when I say, inhale and exhale, at certain times, you always want to make sure that that's right for you. So that might feel too fast for you, or maybe you just want to focus on the movements that day. That's fine also. Um, so I just want to say that. You don't have to do that, and you can always, since you're doing it on a video, um, you can slow it down or speed it up based on your own breath. So, and obviously, everyone's breath is going to be different at different times. So, just really check in with your own body and only do what works for you. So, today we're going to go through some qigong, seated qigong, focusing on that breath, and we'll get started. So, find yourself a chair. One without arms is better, because if you have a side movement, it won't be in the way. You can do it with the chair arms, and if you need help getting it inside, like up and down from the chair, that can actually be helpful. So either way, one without rollers is better. But I like doing it on a stool because there's a little bit less restriction and maybe hitting the back of the chair. So whatever works for you today. So let's get started. You also might want to get a chair that's, tends to be more of a 90-degree, or maybe you're up slightly more would work too. You just don't want a chair where your knees are higher, for sure. So that's what we're going to work with today. Oh, there come the nuts. Okay. All right, so I'm working with a foot injury, so these seated exercises are really great. If you're someone who has an injury or just has problems balancing, then these are good. So thinking about our breath here, sitting up straight, maybe closing the eyes or gazing forward. And just trying to breathe into this lower belly. So you might feel it rise and then fall. Next, we're going to feel into our back. So you generally hear belly breathing, but the belly is moving forward, and the back kind of presses out, can press out too. So we'd want to relax the belly enough where the back can just slightly, for this exercise, just slightly go out also. So breathing in, relaxing the shoulders, and breathing out. Next, we can think about the belly and the back, and maybe the sides. So trying to breathe here in a circumference. And we're keeping this easy. Sometimes when we do breathing exercises, we force it too much, and then it causes more stress. So just Breathe in like halfway, or just don't exert yourself too much. So we're just breathing in gently, noticing, and then exhale. And then in and out. All right. The next is the yoga breath, which is an exercise here. We don't necessarily need to think about all this when we do Qigong, but so breathing in to our belly, and then we're going to bring the breath up here. All right. So I'll use my hands where I'm having my breath. So in, out. You can do your hands too. So in the belly, chest expanding a little bit, and letting it out from the chest, and then the belly. Release. We'll do a few of those. Keeping our shoulders relaxed, even as our hands go up. All right, we're going to do the same thing. This time we're going to put more of a mindset to it. So this time we're going to breathe in, and then as we exhale, we're going to think about letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. So maybe we're stressed out about, I don't know, the coffee pot not working right, or, you know, the dog was barking too loud, or whatever it might be. Okay, so we're going to inhale and then exhale, just let it go. Let it just fall. If it was an imagery, maybe it's just going right down into the earth, right? Away from you. So let's just breathe in. And out. Breathing in. And out. This time, don't worry about this, the tummy and this, all the details we talked about. Just breathe gently in. And out. All right, we're going to add in some arms. So arms up. And down. So focusing on this chest, expanding. And contracting. Let that move the breath in automatically. Okay, so that's one exercise. If you are feeling, you know, in that already before you start practicing in the really pretty calm state, then that might work really well for you. Okay, so let's say you're more stressed out than that. All right, we're going to do some exercises. We're going to turn the head to the side. And turning the head slowly to the other side. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Turning the head now, just not controlling the breath, just noticing, concentrating on the slow turn and the natural way your breath moves. Okay, good, good. We'll do another Qigong move here. One hand, palm face up. All right. Bringing the other hand up and down our midline. Relaxing those feet into the ground. You might notice an inhale here and an exhale down. Again, go at your own pace. Qigong teaches connection with the universe and the earth. So the next few, think about that connection with something above and something below. We're not alone. And isolated ever. Inhaling. So if you're more advanced in doing this, you might know that your breath might even slow down when you're in a meditative state. So if you're a beginner, you might just not worry about the breath, or you might just notice it and not change it. So you have different options. If you're a beginner, you could also inhale and exhale, the movement flowing with the natural flow of your breath. If you're more advanced, sometimes the breath is actually held for a while and then release. The yoga teaches about the winds in the body, the different channels, and I'm not an expert in that, but there's certain things that different ways of breath that are kind of more than just the actual movement of the breath in and out of the lungs. So that's for another day, right? Okay. So let's do one more. How is everyone doing out there? So if you're, I would like to hear how you like these exercises. So please comment. let me know what your experience is with Qigong. Maybe you have a lot of experience, not much. Maybe what you'd want to see in these videos. Moving forward, I am here to present information that would be helpful to you. So just, please comment or let me know about you a little bit and how these are working. All right. I like to do this one